It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the Magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared, and sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead, I became part of their story.
So, still a bit groggy, are we? Don't worry, the sedative will wear off soon enough. Easy now, no need to hurry.
A new dawn, a new day. Now, to get control of this barge before sundown. I'll be damned if I'll get back on that infernal device. Would you look at that?
Did you expect a needle? Shaking her fluffy coat, the sheep eyes you balefully. Did you expect a needle?
You there. Come here. Hey! Hey! Get me out of this cage and I'll make it. Your guess is as good as mine. Someone screamed loud as a band. Set me free, and I'll set you free. A fair trade, I should suit yourself.
I should have known there'd be trouble. I'm not one to let sleeping dogs lie.
The prisoner's buoyant voice darkened.
Ah, freedom. Tastes better than wine. I'm nothing if not a man of my word. And I did get...
Damn! I'm ready. What would they have to gain by killing me? I need to keep my guard up.
Empty. And I'm back where I started. Nowhere to go but up.
Smelling salts are strong stuff. There you are. Not too tight. In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters. Oh dear, I'm afraid you're a long way from home, my lord. A long way from the little bells that make footmen come a-running.
Index fingers pressed to her lips.
My word, You do seem a bit befuddled. Oh, well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy. A new life awaits, and if you're a particularly good boy, perhaps a cure as well. Is he? Oh, well.
She frowns and peers at you closely.
Delusions such as these are rare, but not unheard of. I recommend a cup of... Why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those source spells of yours?
Currents of magic surge inside you, boiling, bursting, then breaking, only to fade back into your soul like rain into the earth.
My, look at the concentration on your face. There you have it. See? The collar for your own peace of mind, of course.
No known associates. In fact, he seemed quite averse to spending time with us. Yes, this is a rare kind of magic. I'll need to write to headquarters right away.
I'll yield to that. Aid.
This is a rare kind of magic. I'll need to write to headquarters right away.
Why, you're looking a bit more... There you are. In the meantime, you'll find him on... Is he?
She frowns.
Why, for my... Oh, do go on.
Currents of magic.
My, look, there you are. For your own peace.
Index finger.
My word. Oh, well, I'm... A new life...
Good gods, there's been a murder here.
Behind the Magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You
Easy now. Waters is investigating. She'll figure out who did it. Always does. She'll be fine. Now, nothing to see here.
A young Magister stands pale and...
Ugly sight, isn't it? Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this. Finn didn't see it like that. He was desperate for us to... We'll find out...
She looks up at you with...
I was on duty in your room when you're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit... Not with that collar on you, aren't. Listen, I could use... Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that? Thanks. No lesions, no trauma. He was bled by magic.
Rubbish.
No known associates. In fact, he seemed quite averse to spending time with the others.
The hatch is blocked. I'll need to find another way.
Come on, please, Losa.
Be good, you scallywags.
You're a really big kid. And really hairy. Oh, hi. You're a dwarf. My best friend is a dwarf. Do you know Losa? She's a...
Ah, there you are. Husband. Would you please tell this very charming gaggle of not at all brat-like babes that I am by no accounts this Losa woman, nor do I sing, in fact. I'm deathly allergical. Why, I never. I left my good pals at home, or I'd be clutching them with all my daintiest, most ladylike. Say as you will, husband. Madame Josephine Gribbles de Peeb won't be treated so.
The children break out into giggles.
What? What's so funny?
Her pinched face cracks into a great...
Yeah, okay, you found me out. Go on and git, and maybe I'll sing you something when I'm good and ready.
She turns to you, dark-eyed and dirty-haired, and smiles flatly.
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we? You'd presume right. Nope, trying not to find anything out either. Thanks, but I already belong to an elite and exclusive ship gang. We play ball every day after lunch. You're too soft for it. You take care, though.
Suddenly, her eyes cloud to an unnatural black. Greyish veins run down her face, and her mouth tightens into a cruel sneer. As quickly as they came, the clouds clear. She smiles as though no change came over her.
Good luck, Chief.
I know you can.
An elf sits tucked away in a dark spot, lazily rolling dice onto the surface of a barrel. They sound like the dry cackling of an old witch.
Snake eyes.
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like. Rolling dice, deciding fates. Don't worry, honey. It isn't yours.
She looks you up and down with a...
Never say never, though.
She eyes you quite...
Not the future, no. But I could lick your arm and tell you how you spent the night before last.
She gives your arm a vigorous stroke of the tongue, efficient like a cat grooming.
As you were forced onto this ship in the dead of night, you walked the length of the hull, running your hand along the timber as if it were a woman's thighs. I must say, I've never heard so many pet names for dead wood before. Of course it is. The truth's right there. But don't you worry, darling. Your secret's safe with me. I don't lick and tell.
The woman keeps rolling.
Closest to our divine, like wolves around a campfire. I'm busy watching for clues, sorcerer. What?
A scruffy man lounges against the wall with scarred arms folded. A slice.
Watch your back, new fish. There's a murderer on board, and I'd bet 3 months' pay it's this trampy fan.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again. He leans in and adjusts your collar with a sharp tug, balancing its
pinches less that way, right?
Hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the sullen Magister settles.
We used to know each other, more's the pity. I was his commander many, many, many moons ago. Isn't that right, Vic?
Standing far back from Ifan, the tight-faced Magister draws one finger up. Ifan grins, flash.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword and now he's Johnny Big... Long story. Maybe I'll tell you about it in the joy. No. The dead man, Finn, is it? I'd no business with him. And I wouldn't put a man down without good reason.
He glances over at Magister Victor, who stares.
Damn shame sheer annoyance isn't reason enough. The joy, I've heard a lot. Nothing good. No surprise there, since wonder if we'll get to meet the ringmaster himself. Easy now. I might think the same, but Vic here will blow a blood vessel if...
What are you conspiring about over...
Oh, don't mind him. Vic's just got a...
Name!
Magister Victor looks at you suspiciously.
I'll find out. I always do. Now away with you, at once.
Ifan performs an elaborate pantomime.
Ask what you must. I've nothing to hide.
Seems to me you should be a little more afraid. There's a killer about, after all.
Till overboiling a bit of cabbage becomes a crime, I shall hold my head steady.
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard, Vic.
That right?
I spent my life singing for my slaves to bring me my supper.
Your kind
Finer
always
fare
come
than
closest
boiled
to our
roots and
divine,
rotten
like
tubers,
wolves
too.
around a campfire.
Meanwhile, the Magisters feast on honeyed meat behind this very wall.
As soon as the Inquisitor
Who
gets
we
here,
are, what we've done.
for the side of this ship with him.
Well, well. What have we here?
The lizard looks you up and down, like a farmer would a fetching horse. All of a sudden, he grips you firmly by the chin, with the intent of inspecting your teeth.
There's some discoloration, but I've seen worse. After all, one can't expect to find prime merchandise on a squalid little ship like this. Now then, to business. You will answer me 3 questions. The first one is this. Can you cook? Ah, music to my beleaguered stomach. On to the second question. Can you knit, weave? In short, tailor?
As soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hand you right over the side of this ship with him.
Oh, but to feel the caress of satin on my scarlet skin once more. A most satisfactory answer indeed. On then to my final query. Have you the ability to administer the upkeep of one's personal appearance? The delicate art of cosmetics is what I'm... Yes, if you sprout hair as copiously on other regions of your physique, I don't doubt you're well versed in the secrets of grooming. So, 3 questions asked, 3 questions answered. Let's evaluate, shall we? As per your own testimony, you can cook, tailor, and groom. Well, that just about settles it. I offer you my sincerest congratulations. As of now, you are my slave. Of course you accept. Mine wasn't an offer, it was an order. Anyway, you may leave me for a moment. We'll go over your duties once we reach Fort Joy. Now...
That right? I always knew you'd turn out rotten, Ben Mezd. Your kind always hung closest to our divine, like wolves around a campfire.
Well, if it ain't the beast of the sea, I'll be. Shouldn't you be off yo-ho-hoing on your ship instead of stowing away on this one?
Ask what you must. I've nothing to hide.
Seems to me you should be a little more afraid. There's a killer about, after all.
Till overboiling a bit of cabbage becomes a crime, I shall hold my head steady.
So the tales ain't so tall, eh? Shame to see you cooped up here with us. Still, better collared than noosed, I say. Long as we can get this ale down our throats, all's...
Your Majesty.
They're everywhere now, the Magisters. In my hometown, you can't throw a shoe without hitting one. We're not safe from them, not anywhere.
Come on, please, Losa.
Be good, you scallywags.
I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
There's nothing else I can make.
The elf is reading a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia. He looks up, his big round eyes scanning your body, absorbing every detail. He reaches out and examines your face, tugging at your ears and prodding you.
Fascinating.
He sits back and returns to his book, flicking quickly from page to page, completely oblivious to your presence. The elf reaches towards you to continue his exam.
Oh dear. I seem to have crossed some cultural taboo. How difficult. You have my apologies, dwarf. Perhaps I should demand the same from those red-cloaked humans. They laid their hands on me more than once. I do not believe I've been drawn anywhere. It is a quaint little read, but it has its faults. It is simultaneously too detailed and insufficient. I know the beginning of this tale and the end, but I am rather missing the middle. Tell me, what do you know of our world's history? Most unusual, and if it's not too rude to suggest, not much of an answer. No, I want to know about the Celestial. I want to know about your gods. This text tells me that they created all creatures, but nothing of what came before. Where did these gods come from? Who are their people? Where are the others of their kind? Of course you don't have any useful information. Why did I expect anything else? Now please, run along. I have a word.
No amount of pestering will get the...
More appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
Name?
There's nothing else I can make, Your Majesty. Turnips and...
The Divine Order. Not so fast. Name? Well, you aren't here on my...
I've never done on anything less than a dozen-course dinner, and I don't intend to do away with the custom.
Well,
Here to register, sir. Good, good. Magister Williams is just about you faring okay so far.
He tugs the collar of his uniform.
Sorry you're upset, sir. But we all... You head on in now, William.
Keep those bolts trained on her, and if she tries to run, shoot to kill.
You seem on edge, officer.
Boring.
What is the matter?
Murder most foul. Keep those bolts trained on her, and if she tries to run, shoot to kill.
Do you?
I've seen more
You seem on
appetizing
edge,
things
officer.
coming out of
What on
plague-stricken
earth is the
pigs.
matter?
Murder
there's
most
nothing
foul.
else I can
And
make,
I
Your
strongly
Majesty.
suspect you know all
Turnips
about
and
it.
water are all I
Do
was...
you? Well, perhaps you're absolutely right.
Unacceptable. I've never dined on anything less than a dozen-course dinner, and I don't intend to do away with the custom.
Well, there has been a murder Your Majesty. Maybe that has the Magister's more concern than your
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by an officer.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
There are others whose lives must end.
Good God, the woman's mad. You there, sorcerer, go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
It means your journey draws to a close. Do stick around for its finale, though, because...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
What's happened?
What happened? Must have been you. You dare strike a royal. Ooh.
The lizard's eyes close. You shake the lizard by the shoulder. The young woman lies in a heap on the floor. She's breathing normally, but her eyes are wide open, like those of a corpse.
No.
The Magister lies on the floor.
hatch is blocked. I'll need to find another way.
No, not the final dark. Not yet.
Her hand lies limp in...
The dice roll darkly. They're rolling for me.
The elf lies... Ifan lies motionless, curled on the ground like an animal. Under his shaggy hair, you can see green eyes fluttering as if in a nightmare. A low whine escapes his lips. His eyes flicker open, but he...
Lucien. Lucien.
Ifan cries out, then his eye...
Damn. That doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards.
Thank the gods. By divine grace, who was that howling?
He eyes the collar, sir.
Another sorcerer! Even if I knew how to rip that thing off, I wouldn't. Some crazy banshee comes screaming through, and now we got void bugs swarming up top. Saw it coming, I did. Your lies. God damn it! Need to get off this wreck and quick! Great gods! Something's pounding on the hull!
Through the door and are suddenly face to face with an undead. His skull is bizarrely angular. The skeleton is quickly leafing through a volume of Cranley.
No! What damn fools record knowledge on a pulped tree? It catches fire, it turns into must when wet, it cannot even resist acid. No wonder they're so bloody ignorant.
The skeleton looks up and
Oh, it's you. Shouldn't you be running and screaming or some such?
The skeleton groans and looks.
I know your god did not gift you with much, but kindly use the little you were given. Do you look at me and think, why yes, there is someone with organs enough to drown? Trifling matters like water and poison do not concern me. No, damp robes are the most I have to fear. Once this glorified skiff hits the sea floor, I will simply walk to shore. Whereas you, I believe, have lifeboats to pointlessly squabble over.
The skeleton holds up his book.
I am trying to discover if there is anyone worth saving. And I will be damned if I let the lives of some mayflies get in my way. Go on. Go. Swim or drown or do whatever takes your fancy. I have a...
The marking on the door was painted recently. Judging from it, you press your palm against the door to open it. The wood feels neither cold nor warm, but simply grey. The color drains from your hand, and you are left numb. It doesn't budge. The door groans open.
Something's breaking through. What in the hells are those things? Death fog. I need to get out of here now.
Please, my time is short.
chance. There's still a chance.
Shut your trap, kid. Children and dwarfs first, just like the old stories.
The dwarf yanks at one of the nearby ropes.
You said there were other people down there. We need to help them.
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time for getting the hell out of here.
Thank you. There's a ladder right over there.
You're gonna be the death of us, you hear?
The Magister lies on the
If you can walk, get yourself up the ladder. There's a Wait, Voidwoken!
Let the games begin.
They who are about to triumph.
I thought Voidwoken was supposed to be scary.
I've faced worse.
We make a pretty good team.
Let's not tarry. This old tub is about to burst.
I hear something. It's
She tries to speak, but can only gape as she clutches her neck. With jagged movements, she raises her clenched fist and holds out a length of cloth. Blood quickly soaks through the cloth. Magister Siwan's mouth opens and closes, her eyes wide in terror. Blood pours out from around the bandage. It's working. The pressure is stemmed. Something within the ship snaps. The floor. Siwan struggles to her feet, clinging to you tightly. The ship lets out a deep groan, then cracks.
Gods. Ripping the ship apart. This is it.
I have plans for you, child. Rise.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Orivan.
man! My hat! Damn it! Floating a few good miles out by now. Am I the lone survivor? Which means I better get a move on. Voidwalker. Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn, they've made it to shore. I'll yield to none. Beast. Beast. I thought these bloody collars were supposed to keep those things at bay. Drowned and eaten by a Voidwalker. Now, I wonder in which order.